Today we are reviewing the leading digital bank in the UK, and we're gonna see whether or not it's still worth getting in 2023. Now, whether or not you've already jumped on a Monzo train or not, this video right here will let you know everything you need to know about the Monzo account and whether or not you should be getting the card. Now, let's kick off with the basics. So Monzo is a company that was founded in 2015 in the UK, and Monzo is an only digital bank, which, unlike your traditional banks with physical branches, is only operating online. So this means that you'll manage your account, all of your transactions, and everything and anything you have to manage with your bank directly is going to be through the Monzo app. And this main focus on being digital only has really pushed Monzo to what I would consider to be top of the line when it comes to digital banking. Their app is easy to use and it has all the features you can imagine, and is definitely way ahead of its competitors. So Monzo is definitely designed for the people who want a more modern, intuitive, and definitely a transparent approach to banking, as you have all of the banking features and everything you would like to have directly in the app itself. Now, kicking off some of the main features that I appreciate on Monzo, let's begin with the salary sorter. Now, the salary sorter on Monzo is essentially a very basic feature when you're talking about it. But what it does is that you can set a predetermined sorting on your spending, saving, and bills categories. So when you get your salary into your account, your money will automatically be sorted into your various categories. So you, instead of having to manually do your budgeting every month, will have the sorting do it for you automatically. So this means that it's going to be super easy just to manage your personal finances, and you can set this up yourself depending on how many percentages you want to put into various categories. So this will be done every month once you get your salary without having to do any form of budgeting at all. Super easy feature to have and a super nice feature to have, especially if you are into personal finance. Now, jumping over to the next feature, we have instant spending notifications. Now, this is a very basic feature when it comes down to it, and a lot of banks are starting to implement this, but I believe that Monzo was actually one of the first companies that had this feature. Now, what it does is that Monzo sends you instant notifications each time a transaction is made. Now, this is super helpful for tracking your expenses in real time and also ensuring that there's no unauthorized activity on your account, as you will instantly know once there is a transaction to your account that you haven't authorized. You can go into the app, you can block your card, freeze your card, and sort that directly. Now, if you're a frequent flyer, you're definitely going to enjoy this next feature a lot. So Monzo offers a free cash withdrawals once you are abroad up to £200, and this is great as you usually tend to use cash a lot when you're traveling abroad. And you can also get an increased limit here up to 400, I think even £600 a month if you are paying for one of the extra plans on Monzo as well. Now, if you do go beyond your limit on your account, there is going to be a small fee, but you can still make withdrawals as normal with your card. Now, let's talk about joint accounts. So joint accounts is a great feature to have if you're living with someone else, or if you manage your finances with someone else. Maybe you're living with a roommate, for example. The joint accounts will let you have an account that both of you can see in your own Monzo app, and you can manage all of your joint finances through this account. So paying for utility bills, paying the rent, or paying whatever else that you tend to pay together. So this way you both can add money into this account, you both get two individual cards connected to the account so you can use it for those joint transactions, and it is super easy to set up on the go. Now, something to keep in mind here is that your joint accounts are never going to be connected to your personal accounts. So that means that your roommate won't be able to spend your money in your personal account, and you won't be able to spend money on their account. You also have the instant notifications as well, so as soon as someone is spending any money in the joint account, you will get a notification letting you know who is spending that money and what they just spent that money on. So definitely a great feature to have, especially if you tend to have shared finances with someone else, perhaps someone you're living with. Now, another amazing feature that Monzo has is getting paid early. Now, this is like a small Christmas present every single month, and it doesn't only have to be your salary, it can be other transactions as well coming towards your account, and you have the option to just accept that transaction one day early so you get the money quicker. So basically what it is just an easier and faster way to get your money, and definitely a feature that I personally loved a lot when I was using Monzo full time. Now, last but not least, we have international transfers. International transfers on Monzo are gonna be great as you're not paying ridiculous fees, and it's really simple to make your international transfers. Monzo has a partnership with Wise directly, which manages all of these international transactions. They're easy to set up, they're quick to send, and the fee that you're paying is not gonna be the cheapest cheapest fee on the market for international transfers, but just the convenience of having it directly through the Monzo app kind of outweighs the price that you're paying for that transaction. Now, talking about the card itself that you get with your Monzo account, it has this eye-catching pink kind of color or orange type of color, and you definitely won't lose this card easily, as it really sticks out when you're out and about using your card. But it's definitely not just about the look. The card itself is also contactless, and you can even connect it directly with your Apple or Google Pay. And it is a MasterCard, which means that you won't necessarily have any issues using this card when you're traveling abroad, for example, as MasterCard is one of the top providers of debit cards, which means that it is accepted worldwide in majority of countries all around the world. Now, the only thing I would say is bad about the card itself is that they are putting the card numbers on the front of the card, which can be a risk factor here, as people are more easily going to be able to see your card numbers directly, and people can take pictures of your card. And it also limits you from showing the card on social media, for example, which you should never really do with your debit card. But if you're like me, it makes it a lot trickier to make videos, for example, of your card, which kind of limits Monzo's marketing here. There's definitely something that I think they should actually fix with their card. Now, again, as Monzo is a digital only bank, let's talk more about the app design and what it offers. Now, the app design is definitely the core part of the Monzo experience, and it doesn't really disappoint either. The design is sleek, modern, and intuitive to use. It has all the features that you would like. So you have features like budgeting, spending analytics, and your instant notifications, as I already talked about. And these features are not just add-ons as well. They're the core element of the app and the app's interface. And switching between your different accounts, switching to your joint accounting, seeing your card or freezing your card is all very intuitive, and you can see it directly front and center in the app itself. So let's talk about saving on Monzo. Is that going to be a good option for you? Well, saving on Monzo is a possibility. There's something called pots. So you have your regular pots, which lets you put away your money into a saving account basically, and you also have the interest-bearing saving pots as well. And here you have the option to get up to 5.6% interest on your saving, which is fairly competitive in the UK market. There's always different options that you can pick between directly in the app, so you can see directly what interest you'll be getting on your account. Now, there's also the feature of rounding up your transactions, which lets you round up all of your transactions. So let's say you're spending £4.99, that will round it up to £5 and put that additional money into your savings account. Nice way to just save a little bit of extra money each and every month, and definitely a cool feature just to add, because you can kind of see how much it really adds up for each individual transaction that you're making. Now, let's talk about the fees that you're going to be paying for your Monzo account. So Monzo is completely free to set up and get started. You can set up an account for free. You have access to majority of the features, or all of the basic features that you need for a bank account. And then the only fee that you'll be paying is that obviously your spending fees, your international transfers, those fees are still going to be there, but there's not going to be a fixed monthly fee. And you do have to pay a $4.99 delivery fee for the card itself. But other than that, you have access to majority of the features. You have a basic account up and running, and you don't have any ongoing specific fees for your account. Now, you do, however, have different plans on Monzo, so if you do want some additional premium features or just better features overall, you do have the option of paying a monthly fee. Now, if you do go with the Monzo Plus option, it's going to run you £5 per month. Here you'll have slightly higher interest. You also get a holographic card, which looks a lot cooler than the basic card. You also get custom categories, which makes it a lot easier to manage your finances. You can add virtual cards for one-off purchases. You can increase ATM withdrawals abroad, as well as one free cash deposit each month. Now, if you are a high roller, this is going to be the account for you. The Monzo Premium account is going to run you £15 per month. Overall, you get slightly higher interest again. You have a better metal card. You get phone insurance, worldwide travel insurance, an increased ATM withdrawal limit, as well as discounted airport lounge access. On top of this, you also get the Monzo Plus features as well. So this is definitely going to be the option for you if you are a frequent traveler or if you tend to go abroad a lot. Now, should you be getting the Monzo account? Well, it really depends. So the person I would recommend to get a Monzo account is someone who is an expat. So if you're planning on moving to the UK for work, for example, and you want a quick and easy way to set up an account, Monzo is the best way to go, as you can set up an account in minutes. They'll approve you, they'll send you the card directly, and you can be up and running within a few simple steps. In comparison to a traditional bank where you have to go into the branches, you have to talk to them back and forth, and it's going to be a more complicated process just to set up your account. So in my experience, Monzo is going to be the best option if you are an expat in the UK. Now, the second person I would recommend Monzo to is going to be someone who's already living in the UK and you want a second bank account, as it is a more modern solution in comparison to your often traditional bank. And you also have the options of upgrading to a premium plan, which gives you some additional features, which is going to be great if you're abroad, for example, and you tend to travel a lot. It's going to be a great way to just add and top up some money onto your Monzo account and use that while you're traveling. Now, is Monzo going to be able to replace your traditional bank? No, it's not going to be able to replace your traditional bank at all. If you still want to have your mortgages and everything, then Monzo is not going to be the solution for you, but Monzo is a good to have second bank. But in the end, it's really going to depend on your preferences here. What do you think about Monzo? Let me know in the comments. And if you do want to sign up for a Monzo card, I'll leave the link in the top of the description, which you can use to sign up directly for Monzo. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this review of the Monzo account, please make sure to leave a like down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.